disciples. And he said, "Who do men say that the Son of Man am?" Then they answered, some say John, some say Elijah, some say one of the other prophets. Then he asked them, "Who do you say that I am?" And Peter, being the spokesman that he is, he said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." It's good to know who Jesus is. When we see Jesus, we know Jesus, it's good to know who he is. Not what we heard about him, because some of us heard about him, but we don't really know him. But it's good when you know Jesus for yourself. You know, grandmama knew him, grandfather knew him, mama knew him, but we have to know him for ourselves. And when you know Jesus for yourself, you find out that he can do what no other power can do. So the disciples Peter told him who Jesus was. He says that thou art right. And he said, "Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it." But then they heard Jesus from that time forth saying that he had to go and he had to die. This verse is, "From that time forth began Jesus to show unto his disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and the chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day." Prediction that he had to go and he had to die. Jesus set forth this prediction that he had to come and what his mission was. Jesus did this at least 3 times in the Synoptic Gospels, and we find that he did it a few more times in the Gospel of John. But many times we don't want to hear certain things, what the Lord has to say to us. We'll be shouting because we see Jesus perform the miracle of feeding the 5,000. We'll be shouting when we see him walk across water. We'll be shouting when we see Jesus raise people from the dead. But to hear him say, "I have to go and die, Lord," that means my hope's going to die with you. But they also forgot that he said, "I'll be raised again on the third day." And so priority in prediction. Jesus sets forth and tells that I have to go and what my mission is going to be. Many times we lose the mission because we get caught up in the miracle. We get caught up in the miracles of what Jesus has done, but forget why he came in the first place. We want Jesus to provide us with a brand new home, a brand new car. "Lord, touch my body and heal me of all my diseases." But that's not the real reason why he came. He came to die to save us from our sins. You know, it's good to have a healed body, but if you still got sin in your life, that's not going to do you any good. You know, it's good to be fed from a source that you don't know where it's going to come from, but it's bad to go to hell on a full stomach. So it's good that we'll get caught up in the miracles, but we forget the mission of why Jesus came. So he was setting forth his mission of why he really came. Jesus had predicted his death after the feeding of the 5,000. He predicted his death on the Mount of Transfiguration. When Peter again, he said, "Lord, it's just good for us to be here." But it's good for us to be here, but still, you need to know why I came. Because sooner or later, I'm going to leave this place, but you're going to have to carry the mission on. And that's what we do as disciples. We carry the mission on. So he's setting up this priority and prediction so that we'll know that the time is of essence. You know, you'll get to doing things fast when you know you don't have much time left. Jesus was setting forth, saying, "I'm here for you just a little while. You know, I'm doing these things, but my time is soon going to be at hand. That I'm going to come and I'm going to fulfill my mission, and you're going to have to carry it on." And when you know that your mission is not long, you'll get to doing your business. Many times we think we got plenty of time. I'll do this tomorrow. I'll wait until the next time. Or I'll just wait until the next, I got time. We don't know how much time we have. And the only time that we are guaranteed is what we are experiencing right now. And it may not be long. Some of us we hope we be here by the end of this sermon. But it's not guaranteed. Just the moment that we're breathing right now is what the Lord has given us. So he set forth the priority of prediction by setting forth the priority of time. Time is of essence. He says we need to get our business straight while we have the time. The old saints used to say, time is winding up. Destruction in the land. God going to move his hand. Time is winding up. And when we think about the things that we see, the things that we witness, what we watch on TV, time is winding up. And so our mission is not long. So we have to get in the business of making disciples, being disciples who make disciples. And that's what Jesus was trying to set forth here. So he said, from that time forth, he began to show unto the disciples how that he must go into Jerusalem, suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day. So Jesus doesn't want anyone to hinder our mission. Peter was going to hinder Jesus' mission. He told him, I got to go, I got to suffer, I got to die. Peter said, not so, Lord. You got much time, and you can't do those things. But Jesus told Peter, get thee behind me, Satan. Because Satan is trying to sift you like wheat. And so he says, nothing can hinder my mission because I must come, I must suffer, and I must die. But on the third day, I'll be raised again. How many times do people try to get us off our mission? I'm trying to finish school. I need to go and finish this class. Oh, let's go to this party. Let's go hang out a little while longer. I'm trying to get a promotion on my job. I'm trying to go to the next level to better my family. Well, come on. You ain't got to do all that. Get us off of our mission. We need to go out. We need to seek and save those who are lost because we're trying to increase the population going up instead of increasing the population going down. And so we need to go and we need to seek and save those which are lost. So our time is of essence. We need to go and tell people how they can be saved and who can save them, because we can't do it. But if the Lord can save us, he can save them also. Sometimes we'll think that some people are the worst people in the world, but somebody thought that about us. But Jesus came and he changed our lives, and he wants us to be disciples who help others to get their lives changed also. So time is of essence. Well, I got tomorrow. Well, you may not be here tomorrow because Wills or someone else may be calling your name on the radio tomorrow. All we have is what we have today. And also, we need to go sometimes on people's playing field. We learned that in Sunday school this morning, that sometimes you need to go and meet people at a time that they shouldn't even be there. We need to go out on the corner, talk to some of these young men, go some places, talk to these young women, go some places, talk to these older people. But we have to find common ground with all people to let them know that Jesus wants them to be his disciple also. So Jesus set forth again this priority in prediction. He must come, he must suffer, and he must die. Many times we want to follow God because he's doing these miracles. He's performing these things. He's feeding the 5,000. He's walking on water. He's raising people from the dead. He's healing those, and he's doing all these things. But the thing he said, I must suffer and I must die. A part of being a disciple, sometimes we must suffer and we must die. We must suffer Because also he said after this, if any man shall come after me, he must first take up his cross